ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਐਂਡ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਐਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਖਾਸ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਏ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਵਾਂਗੇ BC ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਇੰਟਰਮ ਲੀਡਰ ਟਰੈਵਰ ਹੈਲਫਰਡ ਅਤੇ ਜੋਡੀ ਟੂਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਆਲਸੋ ਸਰਵਸ ਐਜ਼ ਏ ਕਾਕਸ ਚੇਅਰ ਫॉर ਕੰਜ਼ਰਵੇਟਿਵ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਆਫ ਬ੍ਰਿਟਿਸ਼ ਕੋਲੰਬੀਆ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਬਾਤਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਆ। ਸੋ ਆਈ ਲਾਈਕ ਟੂ ਬੋਥ ਆਫ ਦੈਮ। Trevor Halford is a Conservative Party of British Columbia, not only an interim party leader, but he also MLA from Surrey White Rock. He was elected in 2024, and then he also, that's as his second term, and he was first elected in 2020. Jody is also MLA, and her riding is Langley Willowbrook, and she is a new MLA from Langley Willowbrook since 2024, and she's also a caucus chair for the Conservative Party of British Columbia. Welcome, Trevor and Jody.
Thanks for having me, CJ.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor. Let's start with you. As an interim leader, you probably have a lot of responsibility for the party as you are going through the process of choosing a new leader. So I saw the committee is already formed, and Scott Lamb is running as a chairperson of the committee, and I see a lot of very talented people on the committees, Claire, and I see Dawn Nightingale, Ellie Bladitz, Sharon White, Gavin Marshall, Aisha St, and then there is three non-voting members. Tell us a little bit about this process of choosing a new leader.
Well, I think it's going to be an exciting process, and rules will be out. My understanding is in the very near future. And we've already got some candidates that have already put out there that they're going to be running. And I think this is great. I believe that we will be electing the next premier of the province in this race. So I think we're going to have great candidates. We're going to have some great dialogue. And the members are really going to it's going to be in their hands on how they want to go forward with this party. And I couldn't be more excited. So, but in the meantime, Jody and I and the rest of caucus are going to be really focused on making sure we are not going to let up on this NDP government, because there is no shortage of things that they're screwing up on, unfortunately. So for us, we're going to be laser focused inside of Victoria and outside on holding this government to account. And, I'm really excited about the days and the months ahead.
Thank you, Trevor. Jody, what is your take on this leadership race?
Like Trevor just said, it's exciting. There's real momentum. We're ready as, the government in waiting. We are, we're a hardworking caucus, and we are very talented. And, I think once we get the leader and we pass that, bridge, we will be ready to get to work and make sure that, British Columbians deserve a better BC.
So in Jody, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਨਾਂ ਦੇਖੇ ਆ, whatever the name I saw, no Punjabi guy came forward yet. Do you have anything to say about that? ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਈ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਕੈਂਡੀਡੇਟ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਸ਼ੋ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਲਈ?
ਹਾਲੇ ਤਾਈਂ ਤਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਅੱਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਹੈਗਾ, ਪਰ I think that ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾਮ ਆਏ ਆ, other than Chris Gardner, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੱਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੱਕ very ਦਰਦ ਭਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਦੱਸੀ ਆ ਕਿ he's been diagnosed with prostate cancer.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
The ones that are in, they're very and it'll be very good and interesting to see ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ platform ਕੀ ਆ, ਕਿਸ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ election run ਕਰਨਗੇ. And maybe ਹਾਲੇ the rules and regulations nahi aaye hege. Hopefully within the next couple of days aa jange. And I think that jehda vi banda auga ho values conservatives like aun, and something that British Columbians can really look forward to.
Okay, thank you, Jody. And Trevor, so Ian Black threw his name in the ring to call it to run for a leadership, and others are Caroline Elliott, Conservative MLA Sheldon Clare, Yuri Fulmer, Roseland contractor Warren Ham. So these are the names I'm hearing right now. And recently, as I heard in the news, that the entry fees to run a leader will be $100,000. Trevor?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what the entry fees. The beauty part of this entire thing is that both Jody and I, we are not involved in the leadership race. We do not sit on LEOC, who's going to determine the rules. So I'm going to see them just as you are, and that's exciting. But I think this is great. You know, we're going to have some great people that are going to be on stage debating issues and putting forward their vision for our party and their vision for British Columbia. And I think that's an exciting thing. So, you know, the names that you've talked about, there could be more. You know, I think we'll see people, you know, evaluate things once they know the landscape and know what the rules are. And I'm excited about the months ahead.
Yeah, and Jody, ਜਦੋਂ ਰੂਲਸ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੋਣੇ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਹੁਣ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਵੀ 100,000 ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੋਊਗੀ ਐਂਟਰੀ ਫੀਸ, ਐਂਡ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਬਾਕੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੂਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਕਲੀਅਰ ਹੋਣਗੇ, ਸੋ ਹਲੇ ਵੀ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਇਫ ਦੇ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਥਰੋ ਦੇਅਰ ਨੇਮ ਇਨ ਦ ਰਿੰਕ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸੋ ਹਾਲੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਨਫਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ $100,000 ਹੈ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਟਰੈਵਰ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਹਟਿਆ ਕਿ ਹਾਲੇ ਉਹ ਕਨਫਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ ਜਦੋਂ ਰੂਲਸ ਐਂਡ ਰੈਗੂਲੇਸ਼ਨਸ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਉਹ ਫੀਸ ਵੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਦੱਸੀ ਜਾਊਗੀ। ਤੇ ਹਾਲੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਡੈਡਲਾਈਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਕਿ ਕਦੋਂ ਯੂ نو ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਾਮ ਅੱਗੇ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਸੋ ਜੇ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹਤ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਥਿੰਕ ਦੈਟ ਦੇ ਕੁਡ, ਯਾ ਦੇ ਆਰ ਮੋਰ ਦੈਨ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਪੁੱਟ देयर ਨੇਮ ਫਾਰਵਰਡ।
So thank you for that. And our viewers, I'm talking to Trevor Halford and Jody Toor, both MLAs, sitting MLA with the BC Conservative Party. And Trevor is an interim leader of BC Conservative Party. And Jody is a caucus chair. So ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ leadership ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ. And so Trevor, let's see, there is a lot happening in the community, especially in a South Asian community. There is a lot of extortion. There is a lot of gang activities. Lot of things are happening. What do you say about that?
Well, I say that we need leadership, and we haven't had leadership at the political level, at least from this NDP government. We've had leadership in our community, from whether it's yourself in the media, CJ. We've had leadership from Jody Toor, Mandeep Dhaliwal, and others, but that have highlighted this in the legislature. But time and time again, we are seeing the premier dismiss us. The fact that he got on a plane and went to India when we are at the height of an extortion crisis here in Surrey, that the RCMP have now, put out a report with concerns regarding the Indian government, and the fact that he has brushed those aside, I think, is a damning indictment on his leadership. I think he needs to come back to British Columbia, answer to not only the residents of Surrey, but the people of this province on why he felt it was necessary to completely miss an opportunity here and not hold others to account at a time where people are scared in their community. And we're seeing people with their houses shot at more than once. We had somebody killed in broad daylight. We are having media outlets shot at. Enough is enough. And I am proud that Jody and others in our caucus were leading this charge and raising concerns well before this NDP government even said anything. So, for us, it's not something we're going to let up on. People are scared, they're frightened, and they need to know that we have their backs, which we do. The Conservative Party of BC does. And it's time that this premier actually stepped up or stepped out, because I'm getting tired of every single time, he says he's concerned, but we're not seeing any action.
So, Jody, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਟਰੈਵਰ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਆ ਕਿ RCMP ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਨਵੀਂ ਰਿਪੋਰਟ ਆਈ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਗਵਰਨਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੱਥ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਇਹ ਐਕਟੀਵਿਟੀਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ। ਤੇ ਦੂਜੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ EB ਹੈ ਉਹ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਗਏ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਲੀਡਰਸ਼ਿਪ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਇਸ਼ੂ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਸੋ ਟਰੈਵਰ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਕੱਠਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਸਟੇਟਮੈਂਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਵੀ ਅੰਡਰਸਟੈਂਡ ਕਿ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਉੱਥੇ just great. Economy ਆਪਣੀ BC ਦੀ strength ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, more business ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, that is wonderful. ਪਰ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ, ਕਿਹੜੀ country अपनी country ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ investment ਕਰੂਗਾ province ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ investment ਕਰੂਗਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਹਰ ਰੋਜ਼ ਗੋਲੀਆਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ business ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੋਲੀਆਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀਆਂ extortion is on the rise crime is on the rise ਸਾਡਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਲਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ on a trade mission ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ question raise ਕਰੋ ਕਿ ਕਿਉਂ how come what's happening with the all these Noi gang and other terrorists ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਰਨ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਫੈਕਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਆ So we feel that Mr. David Eby had the biggest chance. India Gewa, this is his time to sit with government and ask them those kind of hard questions. Today, BC, British Columbians are asking, and I think people are just sick and tired of just having these false promises, roundtable meetings, town hall meetings. They just want real answers and real support. And that's when David Eby needs to step up and actually, he could have showcased that India ja raha ya, kalla main, economic growth vaste nahi ja raha. I'm not just going on a mission. Trade mission. I'm actually going ask the hard questions to the Indian government.
So that's very true, Trevor. What Jody said is, so RCMP report, we talked about it. Premier is in India right now. It will be interesting to see if they bring it up with the leadership of India. But at the same time, Trevor, my question will be, when and if you guys form a government, how you will do things differently?
Yeah, well, I think it's easy. I think that we lead from the front, and we were not going to be caught flat-footed. The fact is that both the Surrey Police Service and the RCMP have asked for additional tools, whether it's more officers, more support. This government has failed to do that. We need better collaboration with the federal government when it comes to deportation and other issues. We need to actually protect the victims of these crimes and making sure that they're getting the support that they need and the protection that they need. And right now, a town hall that we attended, that was clear that victims are not feeling support by this government. So there's a lot that we can do, and that work could be started immediately. But for whatever reason, this government does not find this to be a priority.
And both of you, Trevor and Jody, people are losing the trust on those, these town halls, the meetings after meetings. The people get a group of people, all the business people, community gets together, and the leadership from political parties show up. But they said enough is enough, guys. They want a action. They want something to be done. Jody, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਹੋਗੇ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਟ੍ਰੈਵਰ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਹਟਿਆ ਹੁਣੀ ਕਿ the police, the RCMP, the Surrey Police, Abbotsford Police, even Langley RCMP, har ek police wale first responders are doing their absolutely best with what they have. ਜਿਹੜੇ tools ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕੰਮ ਪਰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥ ਬੰਨੇ ਆ catch and release ਹੁਣ ਇੱਕ refugee status ਹੈ ਕਈ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਕੋਲੇ so we have to work with the federal government as well to make sure that the laws and the justice system is holding these up to the level ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ crimes ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ crime ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਖਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਡਿਪੋਰਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ refugee status ਆ so we have to work with other government levels as well to make sure that the local police the provincial police ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ Surrey police ਕਹਿ ਦੋ ਜਾਂ Abbotsford ਜਾਂ RCMP ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ they have the tools ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਹ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਾ ਸਫਰ ਹੋਵੇ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਫੜਿਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬੇਲ ਨਾ ਮਿਲੇ this catch and release ਕਈ ਜਿਹੜੇ shootings ਹੋ ਰਹੀਆਂ Abbotsford ਤੋਂ ਉਹ ਬੇਲ ਤੇ ਬੰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ right so ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ it's disappointing for the police sure the police get the tools that they need at this time when we're in a crisis right now.
So Trevor, getting back to the same issue what Jody said in Punjabi is a very similar thing what you said. So they need to make some fundamentally strong decisions about the bails, about the deportation, about the law and order, criminal law and order. How they can tweak it or fine tune it or legislation that this kind of activity stops?
Well, we need to put the victims first, not the criminals. That's number one. We need to make sure that we are giving law enforcement every single tool that they need to fight this. There is no bigger issue going on in British Columbia than this right now in terms of our safety of our residents, and they don't feel safe. The second thing is we need to make sure that we're lock and step with every level of government, whether there's municipal or federal. And I can tell you, the mayors of Surrey and other areas have been saying that they've been underserved by this provincial government when it comes to safety. And now, unfortunately, we are seeing that play out on our streets. So for us, it's a question of enough with the announcements. Okay, enough. We need action. And every single area that I go to, the province will overpromise and underdeliver. And I think British Columbians have caught on to that. And I think that's why you're seeing the government in panic right now, because they don't know what to do. So, because every time they get out in front of a microphone, things seem to get worse, not better. So for us is that we want to get down and we want to get to work, right? That's what we want to do as the Conservative Party of BC, as our caucus. We want to put the work in. We're not about the announcements. We're not about showing or going and trying to let people know that we're listening. That's important, but at the end of the day, you need results. And the results are very clear of what we're seeing on our streets with the shootings, what we're seeing with the businesses being targeted. The results aren't there, and that is a complete failure of leadership.
So Jody, ਆਪਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ businesses ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, they are scared, they're shooting after shooting happening, and that impacts the business environment and the businesses. ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ?
Absolutely. ਕੱਲ ਹੀ ਹਾਲੇ ਫੇਰ ਸ਼ੂਟਿੰਗ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਹਟੀ ਆ, ਅੱਜ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਘਰੇ ਸ਼ੂਟਿੰਗ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ. ਕਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਰ ਹੋਊਗਾ? ਕੈਪਸ ਕੈਫੇ ਲੈ ਲਓ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਦੋ ਵਾਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤਿੰਨ ਵਾਰੀ there were foreigners that were trying to invest and make our economy better, right? And that's worrisome ਕਿ ਲੋਕ ਇੱਥੋਂ business shut ਕਰਕੇ ਹੋਰ provinces ਜਾਣਗੇ ਜਾਂ ਹੋਰ countries ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਣਗੇ. We're going to lose that. And that's very frustrating. And I hope that our government is listening. They have to, because ਜਿਹੜੇ small business owner ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਿਹਨਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ. Be it, break in entries. ਮੇਰਾ riding ਹੈਗੀ ਆ Langley Willowbrook ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਬੜਾ ਛੋਟਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ city, very unique heritage ਆ ਉੱਥੇ. ਤੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ local, even coffee shop ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ we can't sustain being open anymore. ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਿਤ theft ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ, ਕੋਈ window ਤੋੜ ਗਿਆ, ਕੋਈ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, ਸਾਡੀਆਂ insurances ਵੱਧ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਆ. So we have to really listen to the business owners. We have to listen to the communities. We have to take action. And ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ action ਨਹੀਂ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੀ province ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸ ਨੇ investment ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ. Forget about ਵੱਡੀਆਂ investment, ਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਨੇ ਛੋਟਾ business ਖੋਲਣ ਦੀ ਸੋਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈਗੀ.
So Trevor, same as Jody is saying, it's impacting the business environment. So when South Asian businesses, small or any size of businesses, when they are under threat, how they can first of all successfully operate a business, and how other people will be interested to open a new business. So it's hurting our economy.
You're exactly right, CJ. And here's the interesting part. When the premier goes on this trade mission to India to recruit businesses, I guarantee you, before the premier even sits down in that room, the people in that room that he is trying to bring business into British Columbia will know full well that we are dealing with an extortion crisis targeting this community. And I guarantee.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No, and I guarantee you that they're going to have some tough questions for him. But my fear is he's not going to have any adequate answers. This is not new, but this is not just playing out. Like, British Columbia is watching this, Canada is watching this, but the world is watching this. This isn't just confined here. People are knowing that this is happening in our community. And first and foremost is our ability to protect the people that call this place home. But if people think, and if the premier thinks that this is not having a dramatic effect on our economy in recruiting or retaining businesses in whether it's Surrey, Abbotsford, or Langley, he's flat out wrong. And he knows that. But the problem is, I ultimately don't think that he knows what to do about it. And that's what scares me the most.
And so, Jody, ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਾਂ ਵੀ ਇਹਦਾ ਕੀ solution ਹੈਗਾ ਆ, ਥੋੜਾ ਇਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕੀ response?
I think apnu jada justice system hai apna thoda ja stronger hona paina ya, because jada as vele it's not working, right? Catch and release. I know federally Conservative Party, they're trying to bring in bills, they're trying to bring in changes ki jadiyan the tools, so jade log koi crime karde, they're scared to do that kind of crime, hai na? Right now the rules are so the law and order is so weak, that people feel that they can do these kind of crimes here and get away with it. And they have been getting away with it, right? People on bail doing the shootings again, or doing the theft again, or break and entries. So there's lots of things that need to be changed. And, I really hope during
So back to you, Trevor, that, coming back to the BC Conservative leadership race, you were former BC Liberal MLA, and then it becomes United, now BC Conservative. So how you can bring, with the leadership of a new leader, obviously, how you can bring all those, the centrist people and to the right together, and pretty much so you can challenge NDP for next elections.
Yeah, I think you throw all that out the window. I don't think you think about left, you don't think about center, you don't think about right. You think about right and wrong. And is this extortion crisis being handled the right way? No, I don't believe it is. Is having people wait 14 to 16 hours at Surrey Memorial Hospital to seek a doctor, is that right or wrong? It's wrong. So I don't think in those political spectrums, I think people are so fed up right now that they realize that change is needed. And I'm excited about what's going to be happening in the coming months. And I think that we're gonna see a vision for our party for British Columbia that's going to attract everybody. And I think that's a great thing.
So Jody, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਖੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੇ?
BC is not in the right direction. We definitely need change, and I think British Columbians deserve to be treated and have the services. And like we just mentioned, 14 ਘੰਟੇ wait ਕਰਨੀ ਹਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਸਾਨੂੰ, 1 million British Columbians have a family doctor, the school system, ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸ ਵੇਲੇ, people are looking for change. And I think that it'll be, exciting times, once we're given the opportunity. And I think that people will be really excited.
Trevor, what do you like to say at the end, your final comment?
I want to say, as we go into this, we know that people are struggling. And for any politician, any elected official at any level to say that that's not happening is disingenuous and is quite insulting. Every sector of this province seems to be going in the wrong direction, as Jody highlighted. And that doesn't work for us. For me, and we are going to see the province table the largest deficit in the history of British Columbia. And my question is, what's gotten better? Has healthcare gotten better? The answer is no. Has education gotten better? The answer is no. Has our economy gotten better? The answer is no. The only thing that's gotten better for anybody's lives are those that the Premier considers a friend and insider, because he rewards those quite frequently. For us, we are going to fight for everyday British Columbians, and we are going to put forward a plan that addresses the needs and concerns that they're seeing every day. And that's going to be our focus now, tomorrow, and as we go into this leadership race.
Thank you, both of you, for your time, and I will bring you again to update on the leadership race and the issues the community facing. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
CJ.
CJ, and thank you, Sanjha TV, for having us. Thank you.
Thank you. So ਸਾਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਸੀ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ, ਖਾਸ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਟਰੈਵਰ ਹੈਲਫਰਡ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੰਟਰਮ ਲੀਡਰ ਆਫ BC Conservative Party, and Jody Toor, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ MLA from Langley, Willowbrook, and also she is a caucus chair. ਸੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਈ ਐਕਸਟੋਰਸ਼ਨ ਬਾਰੇ, ਗੈਂਗਸ ਬਾਰੇ, ਸੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਦੇਰ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਇਨਫ। ਕੈਚ ਐਂਡ ਰਿਲੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜੋਡੀ ਨੇ, ਵੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੜ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਫਿਰ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ, ਪੈਟੀ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਮਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਵਧੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਬਜਟ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਡੈਫਿਸਿਟ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਪਰ ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਾ। ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੌਸਪੀਟਲਸ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੇਟ ਟਾਈਮ ਹੈ ਘਟਿਆ, ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਕੋਈ ਇੰਪਰੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ, ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ ਇਨਫਰਾਸਟ੍ਰਕਚਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਇੰਪਰੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਟਰੈਵਰ ਤੇ ਜੋਡੀ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ NDP ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਰਾਈਟ ਨਾਓ, ਮਿਸਟਰ EB ਇਜ਼ ਇਨ ਇੰਡੀਆ। ਸੋ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਨਾਲ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਨਹੀਂ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ RCMP ਨੇ ਹੁਣੇ ਰੀਸੈਂਟਲੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਹ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਗੌਰਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਹੱਥ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਏ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲ ਐਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ CJ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਖਾਸ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਰੋ ਸਾਂਝਾ TV FYI ਮੀਡੀਆ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਸ਼ੋਜ਼। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ ਐਂਡ ਹੈਵ ਅ ਵੰਡਰਫੁਲ ਡੇ।